Hey guys, today we're going to be working on the sign up functionality right here. All right, I've already done the UI, so before you start this particular lesson, please pull from GitHub and then let's get started. All right, the first thing I want to do is to quickly create a hook. What that hook is going to do is going to contain the endpoint. All right, so I'm just going to come here, created an auth folder. All right. If it's not there, just create it auth folder. I'm just going to copy this, paste this, move it into the auth folder. All right. If I'm too fast, please just slow down the video or something so that you can get exactly what's going on. All right. So that's going to say auth.hook.js. In here is a mutation stuff. I just left this so that I can remember how exactly it's being called. So I'm going to say use register or use sign up, whatever you want to call yours. But it's good to name it the way I'm naming it so that when you have issues with debugging, you can easily, come back to it. All right. Create a headless arrow function. We're going to say API dot post. All right, and that's going to take in two things. It's going to take in the URL for the endpoint and the data being passed. So that's going to pass that here, data this. And let's create the URL. So I'm going to say const URL will be equal to auth. All right, that's auth. So if you remember from our API, where we have API, we have this as our base URL. So if I come to my env.local, you see we have this. All right, so let's get to it. All right, let's get to it. Where is my hook? All right, slash alt. All right, and then I'm just going to come here. I'm going to say URL. It's good to create variables so that you don't make mistake and start repeating the same stuff over and over. Register. All right. I have nothing to invalidate, so I'm just going to leave it. Yep, and this should be it. I'm going back to my register form. Down here, I'm going to make sure that there's no error. You can go and read up formic authentication. All right. Here, I'll also validate on mount. All right, true. All right, so down here, first thing I'm going to do is to make sure that there's no error. So I'm going to say console.log, console.log. Sorry, what am I consoling? If there is no error, the error is an object. All right, so if I check all the keys and the length of the keys is equals to is greater than 0, that means there's an error. So I'm just going to return. Of course, the errors will be showing under each one of them. Else, I just want to handle submit. But the submit, I'm going to be passing in the values. But there's a problem. I've tried to use REST in the past. I don't know if it's a Next.js problem or something like that, but I'm still going to make research as to why it isn't working. All right. So here, just going to say name. That's going to be okay. Let's not do that. I'm just going to come here. I'm going to say const name, comma email, comma password, and all of that is coming from values. All right, and I'm going to pass in name, comma email, comma password. All right, it's a short one since we don't need the confirm password. I've tried to remove that in subsequent projects using the spread rest format, and it still didn't work. All right, so I think this is like the most organic way to do it. All right, then handle submit is going to call this on submit function here. So that is where I'm going to call my mutation. So let's work on that mutation. So I'm going to say mutates, and that will be equal to use register. All right, so I don't know what I'm cooking here. Use register. All right, and then I'm going to make this an object. I'm going to pass in payload here, which is those name, email, and stuff that we passed down there. All right, let me save this. All right, good. I'm going to come here and let's just quickly test that. So I'm going to say payload, right? Payload is this. So let's quickly test to see. I'm going to say name is HUs, email, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C. All right. I click that, you see that it gives us this. And I don't know why is it still passing this guy? What's going on here? Why is it still passing this guy? Okay. Maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe this just takes in the values here. So what I did down here, I'm just going to do it up here. So let me just be sure. All right. Let me just be sure. Next.js can disgrace somebody sometimes. All right. I'm just joking. All right. So yeah, without passing that, it still has that. So this, what I did down here, I'm going to do it up there. So let's take it up. Put this. Put this. And then I'm going to say const. I don't know if the values go around because they are created here. So let's just, this should be equal to payload. All right. Yeah. All right. So this is what we're going to pass into the function. So I'm going to say mutates. Well, just take this same way. This will be the first argument. Second argument is going to be an object2 on success, which is going to be a ls function, anonymous function. On error, it's going to be an anonymous function. All right. So here I'm just going to say, console.log res, which is like the response, and on this other side, error. I'm going to say console.log error. All right, and then let's say this should be failed. All right, so moment of truth. Let's test this out. So Jose Amelia at example.com. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ABC. ABC. All right. So if I click this, submitted, that means all is well. 201 created. Let's check database. So I'm going to come here. I'm in Tapski dev, and I'll reload this. Yep, our user is right here. Row, user, blah blah blah, password, it's cached, and all of that. All right. So that's all for this video. It's very simple. One thing we may just want to do is to clear, right? It's just to clear the listing and probably put a toast. But we're going to add that in the next video because our time is up. In the next video, we're going to work on the login functionality. See you guys in the next video.